Hello everyone, Myzzrym here with the second part of this replay analysis. I think all of you have noticed that basically the other two just crushed on me, and so I'm doing a second different part. Sorry about this. And let's recap very quickly what Keshana did right and what Keshana did wrong. Let's start with the good points, because you know, there was a lot of good points for this player. First, Keshana did a bit his role as a support. He bought a courier, he bought some wards, although very rarely. You see that no one in this team seems to buy wards, so he decided to buy some, and you see that Roshan right now is actually warded, and this is very important. Now, he also decided to buy bracers because he realized he died very often, and to avoid dying too much, he thought that bracers would actually give him more health and help him survive. This is right. This is a good reasoning. Now, he also did something very right, which is trying to help his allies. Although we saw that he did it in a way that's not suitable for Earthshaker, the idea behind helping your allies and playing in the team is good. Now, the major bad point that Keshana did was, first, not understanding the hero as a whole. I mean, I'm sure Keshana read all the skills and know what the skill do, like the damage, like the cooldown, like you know, the mana cost. But you have to understand how to play those heroes. Earthshaker, as long as you do not have your Blink Dagger, and if your team is not the one initiating, if you cannot get, you know, if you see that everything's going to shit and basically the team fight is lost, there's no need of, after the Fisher, going in alone against 5 enemy heroes and throwing up an Echo Slam. The damage might not be enough to kill anyone, and you'll die because you cannot, like, blink away. You're not Anti-Mage, you're not Queen of Pain. You cannot blink. You don't have a Blink Dagger, you do not have a Force Staff. You're just going to die if you do this. Especially if your allies just ran away and left you alone with the enemies. Earthshaker, again, Fisher from long range and see what's going on. If you have the advantage, if everyone's pressing on the enemy, you can go in and, you know, Echo Slam and use Enchant Totem and, you know, fight. But most of the time, you still want to stay away from the fight. You have to stay away and land extremely good Fisher. It might not seem to do a lot of damage, but a good stun is worth way more than an extra 100 damage. Now, thing is, you will take damage from Dust ultimate, that is sure, because he has a global ultimate. You will probably take damage from Tide ultimate. This is where you have to be very careful. Earthshaker, you have long range Fisher, so you have to be away from Tide when he's going to ulti. You have to stay away so you can save your allies when they're all stunned up. This is the moment where you can actually go in and stun everyone to save your allies. This is very, very important. If you are yourself in Tide's ultimate, you will die like any other allies would. And the AA Blast is also very important because you will take damage from Zeus, from Tide Hunter, and also from Ancient Apparition. That's three ultimate that will damage you almost for sure if they happen in a team fight. So you need actually those bracers. They're actually quite good. Even if you have good positioning against a team such as this with heavy AoE, it's going to be dangerous to stay around because they have a long range abilities to snipe you. So even with good positioning, chances are you will get attacked. So positioning, first thing you have to work on. Second thing is map awareness. You saw that Keshana lacks the map awareness. Every time he watches the map, every time he looks at what's happening is after you hear, oh, fresh meat from Pudge, and seeing, oh, your ally just had been killed by Pudge again. So you have to do this, you have to actually get to the team fight before this happens. You see the dots appearing on the minimap, you see enemy dots, you see ally dots, click on it, watch what happened very quickly, just like click, and just assess the situation as quickly as possible. Avoid doing so if you're actually in the middle of a fight yourself, but the idea behind this is do not be reactive, be active. And last thing is check your allies' items and check your enemies' items. You want to know what your allies are capable of. You want to know what your enemies are capable of. Right now, Tiny has a Blink Dagger. I'm not even sure Earthshaker knows it. Right now, Axe also has a Blink Dagger. I have no idea if Earthshaker knows it. Keshana, probably watching this video, you might give me input on what you knew at that point. But the thing is, I see you clicking so rarely on your allies and on your enemies that I'm almost under the impression that you're playing blind. You have the ability to know what the enemy items are. Click on it so you know. You do not want to play blind. If you wanted to play, if the game was meant to play blind, the slots would be grayed out and you wouldn't be able to see. So, what's happening right now is the enemies, 5 enemies, are sieging up the tower. It's something common that happens in pub. Enemy decide to push, they do not really know how to push, and they decide to go, okay, let's go just as 5, and pressure down the tower. Now normally with Earthshaker, Windrunner, and Tiny, you can hold the tower as long as you want. Power Shot from long range, Fissure from long range, Stun from long range. It destroys the creep waves, and that means that Pudge has, someone has to just stay here and tank the tower. Why is it slow? Okay, I forget to put it at normal speed. But thing is, Keshana, you want to be away from the fight when it starts. You want to be like here. You see, you're in the front line, and very quickly, what's happening? Tiny had a Blink Dagger, but Tiny threw his stun before blinking in. He was afraid, and he used his stun to harass. That means half of his combo is down. And now that he sees Axe blinking in and only calling 1 unit, which is Phantom Assassin, he's going to blink in and try to do his job as well, but it's already too late. The thing is, Tidehunter is in the perfect spot to use her ultimates. You see, here he's in the range of all the heroes. If he lands his ultimate right now, teamfight is lost. Everyone's gonna get stunned up, and Keshana is going to drop immediately. Tide ultimate, and this ultimate, and actually, it's not so bad. It's not so bad because Juggernaut wasn't caught in, and Earthshaker just before dying, this was a good decision. Instead of running away, he actually went in and used his ultimate. At that moment, I always said, be very careful with positioning. Run away, throw a fissure. Run away, throw a fissure. But here you had Ancient Apparition ultimate on you, so he was going to die in a few seconds anyway, even if he ran. So as a last-ditch effort, you run in and you throw everything you can, and that actually helped them win the fight, or not really win, but it's 3-4-3, so it's not that bad. Okay, so now what's gonna happen? They're still staying around, and Windrunner's gonna die again, and Earthshaker decides to TP top. Well, this seems a good it seems a good decision to defend the tower. You do not need to be 3 top right now. 3 of them just died. That means only 2 of them are top, and none of them have the ability to push down the tower. It's Pudge and Zeus. Their auto attacks are crap, are total crap. If they want to punch on the tower, they'll take ages to kill it. Instead of teleporting top, just wasting a teleport scroll, you saw that someone was already teleporting top and Juggernaut was here. So 2 top was enough to hold the tower. You wanted to go bottom instead, for example, because the creeps were actually here when they teleported top. So you wanted to try to get as much farm as possible to get to this Blink Dagger, which is crucial. Because at that point, even if it looks grim, even if it's 23-31, if you look at the XP graph and the gold graph is only 2,000 gold in favor of the Dire. It's nothing at 32 minutes. It's absolutely nothing. The gold graph, the experience graph is 7,000, so it's a bit more. Now, what the hell? What's up? Sorry, I just went a bit too much on gold graph and experience graph while this is happening. You are, as Earthshaker, once again in the front line. This is not what you want to do, especially if you don't have Blink Dagger to go away. So, as a result, he's trying to run away. It's not gonna happen. Now, 3 enemies. Excellent's a good call. And Earthshaker sees, oh, low health Tidehunter. Go, 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 go. and he goes there, lands for whatever reason an enchant totem in the nothing, and he gets caught up. Right side, Pudge with full health and 2.7k health. Left side, Phantom Assassin Zeus. Keshana is dead. He's going to die again. If he actually decided to stun and run this way instead of being caught up by the low health Tide Hunter must kill, he might have actually gotten off. So right now he's just going to die again. And his allies as well, I think, yeah. So again, one dead. And I don't know if you noticed, but still Earthshaker is still not watching the enemy items. So he's only focusing on what item he should buy and the score. So okay, stop. So Earthshaker's running around, I think, trying to catch the Pudge that was teleporting away. And so as I was saying before the team fight happened, at that point it's not lost. It might look like 24, 35. They're pushing down towers. It looks grim. It's not the case. You have 3 towers, they have 3 towers. They have more wards that you do not know, but you also have wards. You just see them going to Roshan, and you have extremely powerful teamfight abilities. They have a Tide, they have a Zeus, they have an Ancient Apparition. That is huge AoE damage. But on the other hand, this is because you actually allow them to initiate on you. You actually are reactive in this team. Well, in this team, you have everything you could ask for to initiate on a team. Tiny blinks in, stun and throws on units, and this is almost killing one unit every time. It will not kill Pudge, probably not Tidehunter as well, but Zeus, Ancient Apparition, especially Ancient Apparition, 1k health, and Phantom Assassin and Zeus have 1.5k, so they're going to be very, very low health if you actually get a combo. Plus, it will disrupt the flow of the team fight. You will cause confusion by blinking in and getting the initiative. Following up is Axe with blinking in again, and Cole with the Blade Mail. Again, AoE damage, AoE disruption. Even better, it's something that goes through BKB, so even if one of them gets BKB, you can actually keep doing this. And then Earthshaker, who does not yet have the Blink Dagger, use the stun time from Tiny, use the call time from Axe, and lands this ultimate Echo Slam with Fisher with Ancient Totem, and a team fight can actually be won like this because from the AoE, the squishies are going to die. That means Ancient Apparition, Phantom Assassin, Zeus, and even Tidehunter only has like 200 more health than Zeus. And what's going to be left? Pudge. Pudge has 3k health. Pudge deals lots of damage, but Pudge alone cannot do anything against 5 heroes. So let's go. You see that the enemy are gathering for Roshan, so we're gonna try and stop them. Now see what Earthshaker is going to do. Earthshaker sees this Ancient Apparition, and Earthshaker does decide to stun the Ancient Apparition. But if we stop for a moment from the player's perspective, we see that Zeus is right here. If instead of focusing on just what you see on your screen and look at the minimap, Zeus is in a perfect position to get caught off. Instead of walking up to here and stunning the Ancient Apparition, you stay there and you stun this way, and Zeus is blocked off from his allies. Except if Ancient Apparition decides to do a very, very good Force Staff, Zeus will die. And Zeus dying before the fight is huge because Zeus is a huge damage dealer. So instead we're going to see what's happening here. So fight's happening, and we see Tidehunter using ultimates, catching 3. He's going to go in. Windrunner is going to die as soon as the fight starts. 2 heroes are going to get stunned. Echo Slam through the Keshana got 3 in the air. Axe calls the Phantom Assassin, so Phantom Assassin dies, and then Keshana runs away. Good decision here. All your skills are in cooldown. You do not want to do anything. You cannot do anything except punching someone. You're running too far away now. though. You still, if you want to run away, you click and then keep your screen on the team fight to know what's happening, if you actually can help. So now the skill are back and is stunned, but too late. Keshana is going to do something very risky. You're going into rot range. You do not want to do this, even to help your allies. You have to stay behind and follow the enemy to actually get the kill without getting yourself endangered. Now what's going to happen is, hopefully Pudge gets the hook on Juggernaut and not on Keshana, otherwise Keshana would be dead from the combo. So Keshana still takes damage from the rot, and thankfully Pudge just runs around and do not know who to focus. If he focused full attention to Earthshaker, Earthshaker might have died. So that time again, good decision to go back in the fight. That's a good good game decision. But again, know how to apply this decision well with Earthshaker. You want to help, fine. You want to help, it's good. But you ran up to a Pudge with a rot activated and with a hook. Now, again, Pudge hooked this little blade. Juggernaut. So you're safe, but you could have died, and this wouldn't have been worth it because they would have maybe gotten the kill without you. Now, Zeus is back. Go away. Do not turn back. Zeus is back. Ancient Apparition is back. 2 AOE ulti will actually get the kill on Axe, and this is almost what happened to Earthshaker. If he got caught up by Ancient Apparition ulti, he would die too. This is something you do not want to risk. Now, this is going to be something that's very risky. Earthshaker is actually going to try to buy a TP scroll from the side shop to teleport away. But Ancient Apparition and Zeus ulti being on cooldown, they just used it. It would have been better to just run up to home. Like from here, he was there, run through the forest. They have no hero that can catch you up from in the forest. They just all died, so they're around their jungle, around their tower here. So you're wasting a bit of gold, and you're wasting the cooldown on the teleport scroll. So again, no teleport scroll while going away, not good, and you still don't know what the enemy has. So this, you're very close to Blink Dagger. When you're that close to Blink Dagger, you might not want to risk yourself. You might want to just you have arcane boots. You know what to do? Just go into the jungle and kill some creep camps. It will be slow, you'll take damage, fine, but you'll get some much needed gold for a Blink Dagger, and it will be pretty much safe. So now you see that they do not have a ward in Roshan anymore, and Roshan's going to go down. Now at that point, stop. You have to commit on the decision. What do we do right now? They just got Roshan. Either they're low on health and we might get an upper advantage, or we're gonna get screwed because someone's gonna come out with Aegis, and if, for example, they have lifesteal, maybe he has full health. So that's 6 against 5. Not counting the fact that Axe is actually pretty far from the fight. So they're going to decide to go in, I think, if I remember. Yep, they're going in. So 2 of them are going in first. And this is good because Earthshaker this time is far away. Now the problem is Juggernaut actually decided to go on Pudge. And this is a bad decision because Pudge is so tanky that he won't die, and you actually need to focus the squishy first. So everyone's focusing on different targets, and that ends up with no one dying on their side. And Earthshaker going in the middle of the fight lands a good Echo Slam, but not enough to kill anyone. And as a result, he's probably going to die as well. Oh, he's running away, and you see that poor Axe is left behind. Now, Earthshaker is going to do something very stupid here. Sorry for the player, but it's nothing personal, but it's something you do not want to do. He stays there to get healed. Every enemy hero is coming to him, and he stays there to get healed. It's just a horrible decision, and he's gonna get caught up, and he's gonna get killed. You have a Tide with Blink Dagger. You have all the slow and here you see that Juggernaut 2 is gonna get greedy, try to kill Tide, and he's going to die as well. So okay, what happened there? Getting healed by the ward. If you really want for some reason to get healed by the ward, at least your Earthshaker stand there, throw a fishery like from this direction, and it will block the ramp. If you block the ramp, chances are, you know, enemy clicking up to the high ground will have their AI pathing messed up, and their hero will just like bug out and just run this way or this way. So you might get precious seconds, but still, if you have 200 health, you have 200 health back. Oh, sorry, you still have 200 health, and just try to get away. They're going to come for you. Now, for Earthshaker's defense, it's true that Zeus just used his ultimate right now. That means that he had his ultimate when they were running away, and so that means Earthshaker was probably dead anyway. He was low health enough to get killed by the Zeus ultimate, and this is what you know happened to Juggernaut when he made the mistake of staying after trying to kill Pudge. So you see here now, you're put back away again from your dagger, and again, you watch this scoreboard, but you not watch the items. So, alright. Now, what you're gonna do? Earthshaker is going to go top and just wait here. So, basically wasting time. Now, the creep wave is pushing in, and you want to farm this. Throwing this fisher might seem a good idea to farm her fast, but it's not that good. If you actually let the creep push, just by last hitting and denying, you would be able to farm the next creep wave around here, around what here is now, instead of pushing the creeps with the fisher. That means that you would actually farm up safely around here, and at that point, yeah, he bought ward. It's always good to buy ward, but maybe it would have been better to, maybe it would have been better to save up for the Blink Dagger. Now he see that the Pudge hooked an ally, and he's gonna stun. Now, actually, he actually stunned Pudge away from the enemies, away from his ally. And right now, what he's going to do is, okay, 3 enemies here. Let's go. Let's Echo Slam. Thing is, Phantom Assassin has BKB, so he's not going to do anything, and he's going to die again. Let's go. So running in, Echo Slam. Yay! Not even Echo Slam, he did not have the time, he just threw Ancient Totem. You kill Pudge, yay! Good for you. Your allies are all dead, and basically you just lost 4 heroes for 1. It's not worth it, it's just not worth it. If you cannot get a kill without getting killed, just don't get the kill. So middle tower is going to go down, no one can defend. And so here, good choice, watching the allies' items. And right here, he's standing in the middle. So you see 1,600. At that point, I would even recommend you to just sell the bracers and go for the Blink Dagger directly. Again, Fisher, you're pushing out the lane. So this much needed farm, you actually push the lane, and you're getting in danger of getting too far. So missing a creep kill, that happens, but as I said in the last video, in the part 1, even late game, even middle game, focus on last hitting, especially if you're that close to your dagger. You do not want to die again just before your dagger. Get the creep kills in the jungle, sell your bracer, whatever, but get this dagger, please. It's the most important thing you could ever have on Earthshaker. So here, for whatever reason, invisibility rune, no one takes it. Maybe you didn't see it, it happens. Still, if you ward a rune spot, be careful about the rune. Now, this might be a good rune spot, good watch spot, as I said earlier, because they were Roshan, but now Roshan's dead. And you're actually playing defensively, because now the gap is going to get wider, now that the Phantom Assassin is actually quite fed, and she has a BKB as well as the other stuff, so that means that basically she counters Tiny, she counters all your damage. Windrunner isn't going to do much to her either, and even if Juggernaut's spinning, he won't do any damage. So only Axe Call will go through the BKB. And you are under pressure. They're pushing down your lanes, and they're actually trying to get in your base. At that time, the wards are you're going to have to play the wards defensively, like here. Here is a good placement for ward if they're trying to push middle lane, which is going to happen soon, because you can see if they're standing here. Other ward spots are like here, it's very defensive. You can see if they're coming from here or here, or here if you actually want to put the ward a little bit further, so you know if they're coming from there. There, it's too far already. You don't want to get that far, except if you have an advantage. Right now you're under pressure. You want to ward up the part of the map that allows you to farm without getting pressured. So for a very long time, see here, Earthshaker won't have his dagger. You actually have to sell a bracer. This is top importance. So okay, let's go. Risking to get hooked, very dangerous. And now Earthshaker is going to run back to the fountain at the worst timing ever. They're going to attack on the tower, and Earthshaker goes back. So maybe at that point he was like, oh, maybe I can get a dagger. Oh crap, not enough gold. So resulting in this, one is going to get hooked, and he's going to be late for the party, late for the stun and everything. So he lands a stun a bit too late, and he goes in and Echo Slam into 4 enemy heroes while all of his allies are dead, bar Juggernaut, and Juggernaut's gonna die too. So now he's watching the items all around again, and at that point it's probably GG. I don't like to say GG before the throne falls, even if like maybe at 2 lanes down it's very hard, but yeah, Dota is a game where comebacks happen. Even 15,000 gold behind, even 20,000 gold behind. We saw this in competitive play. In pub gaming it happens as well. Comebacks do happen, and in pubs it relies heavily on enemies' mistakes, being too cocky and everything. It happens a lot when they get overconfident. So now you see he died again without a blink dagger, and you know he's that much further from blink dagger. So good stun here, and he's going in, trying to help. It actually worked because Axe went with him, and yep. So there you got almost enough gold. Do not run back to Phantom Assassin. See what happened? Axe stayed there. Phantom Assassin blinked in, activated BKB, raped Axe, and Earthshaker to help him threw a Fissure by reflex. Now Fissure does not stun when someone is in BKB, but instead of immediately backing off, he ran up to Axe again, and this will cause his death again. So he's gonna get caught up. For some reason he walks back. He's trying to, you know, throw all the spells he can, but he dies again. So there. So one lane is pushed down, the melee racks pushed down. 2,600 gold, 260 gold. Please sell something to get the dagger. It's painful to watch. So now he's gonna get enough gold, and he's gonna get his dagger at last at 47 minutes. And he gets a TP scroll, which is always good if ever you, for whatever reason, you're starting to push and you actually have to back. So now the only way they can expect to win is to have a huge team fight and get them. But this huge team fight, the huge team fight can only happen if they're the one initiating and not the opposite, because you have to catch Phantom Assassin before she used BKB. That means you have to catch her off guard. Right now, if they're the one initiating, Phantom Assassin will pop BKB and jump on you, and you'll be unable to do anything. This is what's happening right now. Axe lands a very good call on 3 enemy heroes, but Phantom Assassin is free to like kill all the support. Like Tiny is gonna die probably, you're going to be next, Windrunner is gonna be next, etc, etc. So a stun, and we see Earthshaker going away, blinking into Echo Slam. Too late, way too late. You want to blink into Echo Slam if your allies are actually in the team fight. So like when the moment where Axe blinked and Cole, this is the moment you should have like blinked and Echo Slam, not at the end of the fight. If they all died, do not try to save something by just like going in and Echo Slamming. They were all, you know, they all had enough HP to survive the Echo Slam. Just instead, just go like, you know, in Fountain and just wait for your allies to repop. So at that point, it's pretty much over. I hate to admit it, but you know, they got the top mid racks, and they're gonna get top racks, and they're pretty much far beyond recognition. So again, now that now I think I repeated way enough what went wrong in this game. You know, the team play was not that disastrous. Actually, the player started with pretty good items, like, you know, Blink Daggers on Tiny, Blink Dagger on Axe. As a player, you saw that the main problem was map awareness, you know, looking your allies' items and enemy items, and positionment. But overall, it wasn't a terrible game. It's like, there's nothing to say like, ah, this was extremely bad. There was no like intentional feeding or anything. So thanks for watching this game, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you actually learned something from it. And sorry for, again, the part 1, part 2. It's actually very long as a review. I hope it doesn't bore you, and if it does, please tell me so I can actually shorten out the reviews. And as usual, do not hesitate to just leave your comments, say what you liked, say what you didn't like, and feel free to also send your own replays so I can you know, review them. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.